Hey, I'm Jack with New River Farm Sawmill. We're going to give you a quick tour of the sawmill. So if you're setting up a sawmill, maybe you own one, you can see what we do, what works for us. Or if you're a local and you want to see what we're all about or something, just come take a look. We'll show you how we do things here at New River Farm Sawmill. Alright, so we're over here at our little display corner, our hangout spot. We keep some Adirondack chairs here made by a local fella. It showcases a couple different types of wood. It also showcases the oil that we sell here from walrus oil. It showcases some apple crates we got for sale, and then what it would look like if you had a deck with white oak on it, for example. So right now our deck is white oak and it's unfinished. It's what it looks like straight off the mill. Over in this area, it's just a little parking spots where we keep the loader. It's where we put some sawdust every so often. And it's how we get around back to pick up slabs. Alright, this is our log deck. It's nothing fancy. It's just some 4x8s, about 14 feet long, laid out on the ground, ready to go here on the log loader on the mill. Our mill is a Cook's AC36 with a 67 horsepower Yanmar diesel on it. This one was custom built. I guess they're all custom built, but this one was extended, so it's out to 25 feet. It's got the conveyor belt on the back and a debarker, a few other accessories. So this will cut up to 25 feet long. It's a great mill for our area for cutting big beams, big timbers, and any other board. It cuts fast, it cuts accurate. We love this mill. It's fully hydraulic. We've got plenty of videos of us using it. This is a little work table. It's usually where I meet up with people when they show up, just to take orders, or just to keep a couple things on, a drink, you know, some things like that. It's small, which is great because it doesn't give us a lot of room for stuff to build up. We kind of keep stuff to work with up there. It's on a pallet. Everything around here is on a pallet. It provides a little bit of weight down on this 8-foot lumber to try and kind of keep it fairly straight. You know, we got a couple boards like these top poplar boards that got a little crooked, but overall our goal is keep weight on it, keep all the stickers and pallets in line with everything, and then it's a good way to keep stuff out of the way. This is our primary stacking area for boards that need to get run through the edger. So when a board comes off the mill that needs to be edged, we just pick one end of it up, this end that's right here, and it gets slid over. The back end stays on the roller table until it's right here. It gets dropped into a nice even dead stack right here on the ground. The slabs that come off the mill, we grab the end of those. The operator can do it right when he sends the next, when he's going to cut the next board. When I'm going to cut the next board, I can put the milling forward. I just pick the end of the slab because the conveyor belt brought it off for us. I just pick the end of the slab up, bring it over here, set it on this table. It gets rolled out, hits that roller table that's sitting on an angle, and it drops onto those 4x4s. So once that area is pretty full, we just grab it with the loader and put it in the little slab bundler over there, and we put a band around it, and then we sell the slabs. So these are our roller tables. We got 3 of them right now. The boards come down, they go onto our stacking tables. So these are white oak. The tops of these are cut at just a slight angle, about 15 degrees, and that allows boards to slide on it a little bit easier with less friction. So we just kind of use weight to move them around. This is a 16-foot, 1.5 inch thick white oak board. Makes it a lot easier to move it around, you know, when it's kind of up at your normal working height up here as opposed to being on the ground. These tables, they're 42 inches on the top, and then this stand on the bottom is also 42 inches wide, and it allows for our pallets to get set on. So we usually just build up a stack right here, and then we stack them later. I say we, it's usually me working by myself or with one other person, so it's just easier to put them right here and then stack and sticker them later. Same goes for when the edger's running. So this is our Cook's AE4P edger over here. So it's got the 38 horsepower gas engine. I normally edge either by myself or with one other person, so we can't run the mill and the edger at the same time. So what we do is we set a stack of lumber back here, right here on these 4x4s, and we feed them into the edger. So as they come out of the edger, scraps go out through that opening right here, which then they can get picked up with the loader, and then the boards just get slid off onto the rollers, or they can continue onto this stacking table, or they can go up to that stacking table up there, depending on what we're cutting. So that basically gives us the opportunity to be cutting multiple types of lumber at one time, or multiple sizes at one time. Yeah, it's very convenient. We can even put another pallet on the ground in front of this, but getting it up off the ground a little bit makes it a lot quicker and easier for picking up the pallets with the loader. It also helps your back at the end of the day, because you're never leaning past this point right here, which would be your first stack, but obviously as you work your way up, it gets a little bit easier. Over here we got this is where we stack 10 and 12 foot boards. So we only have a little bit left in these stacks now. Most of them have been sold at this point. So we throw at least 6x6s, sometimes 8x8s on the ground to set our pallets on to make sure they're always perfectly level. This is a 30 by 90 building. There's a 25 foot opening right there. Again, our mill accepts a 25 foot log. And there's a 25 foot opening right here. The I-beams didn't come with the building kit, obviously, but it's super important to have that big opening. So with this being 25 feet right here, these two pallets are both 10 feet. So we can run a 12 foot pallet, a 12 foot pallet, and then another 12 foot pallet right there. The loader can come in at an angle and pick those boards up and take them to the edger, and then it can also pick these pallets up very easily. So this is our loading, or I should say our unloading ramp. This is where we unload log trucks. Log trucks pull up right here. When they're parked down here, and the gravel and the mud up here, it gives us about another almost 3 feet of extra height. So we're able to unload full tractor trailers, no issue. This whole ramp is 36 feet long, and it really has about 32 usable feet to unload. So again, we really don't have any problem unloading trucks here. As we unload the logs, they go right back there to get sorted, much like those logs are down there. They get sorted and they get graded. Basically from where those slab piles are, which are banded and ready for sale. They get graded and then they get moved to the log yard. Right, we're in the log yard. There's always room for more logs. We could always use room for more logs, but the way we have it set up right now works pretty decently. We have pine right here. We have walnut right there. We have poplar right there. Anyways, there's a whole selection of logs here. The point being is we keep our hardwood and our softwood separate. So our next pile of softwood is hemlock down a little bit further. And that way we can just kind of hopefully help eliminate some of the bugs that might be in one type of wood won't move to another. You know, a softwood bug usually doesn't attack a hardwood and vice versa. So we obviously stack like species together. Right now I don't really have enough room to do different lengths unless it's something that I cut all the time. Like usually Usually poplar I keep in different length piles, and then hemlock because we do cut that all the time. But an organized log yard is great. Right here you see we keep all of our logs off the ground on 4x8s. These are old treated timbers. You can use logs, you can use anything like that.